Welcome to the Charles Barkley Told Podcast, complete edition, I guess. Because, can you see, every podcast up to this point, you've only gained half of the Charles Barkley Told experience. Because my other half has been missing my entire life when I finally found her. You see what I mean? I have a lot of weird things like this written down. I'm sorry. I love you a lot.
You just ran right through that like a fucking truck running over 6 million babies.
The Holocaust would have been a lot funnier if it was just like a fat Hitler bowling over 6 million Jews, you know? He was just so fat. He just bowled over 6 million Jews. So I'd like to finally introduce Mari Barkley Tolfa.
Hello.
How would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, my name is Marie Barkley Tolpa. I am this asshole's beautiful wife. Not so wife. Soon, though.
Well, no, you married on Ponytown.
Yeah, but that was just a meme wedding. That was only half of it. That's only 50% of my power.
Yeah, true. So you're into like Wiccan magic, you're a brony, or a Pegasus? What do you want?
Please don't say Pegasus, that's fucking gross.
You're a furry, you draw cool furry shit.
Fetish enthusiast.
You're a clown.
Dumb clown bitch, yeah.
Into true crime.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're an anime girl, literally.
Like, quite
IOL.
literally at this point.
IOL anime girl.
You've been bamboozled again.
Epic. So yeah, Horsefucker Virgin Supreme here got a girlfriend. You know, I made a whole bunch of videos where I'm like in love with Rarity plushie and shit. And like I summoned my waifu through occult magic. And when I told everyone that I got a girlfriend, no one believed me. Like, people still don't
Everyone literally thought I was like either a figment of his imagination or like his fucking tulpa. And I wanted to cry like the first week because everyone was like, no, he fucking doesn't. Fucking dumb virgin horse fucking asshole. God damn. Like, his ego's gone so high to the point to where he thinks he has a girlfriend.
Yeah, what the hell? Yeah, so do you want to tell how we met?
I'll tell my half. Basically, my gay ass was on a bit of a hunt for a love life, and being the biggest gay of them all, I was confused as to why I was looking for a neckbeard husband. I kept thinking to myself, why don't I just find me like the cute, big titty, chubby goth girlfriend, you know? Kind of got to the point to where I was like, you know what, fuck it. If I get into a relationship with a dude, I'm gonna make it work. So I ended up in r/just neckbeard searching. Took almost 3 or 4 days of just looking around on the internet and coming up on lolcow shit, and I kept coming up on that stuff until I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go on to just neckbeard things server because I'm sure there's gotta be some little basement dwelling babies down there. So I did, and the thing that I walk in onto is Charles over here bragging about his furry girlfriend harem.
Yeah.
Now the thing about this was I was intrigued. My yiffing ass was like, oh hell yeah, I want to join this harem. And he was like, well, it's more like a furry girlfriend battle royale.
I'm really funny.
So I told him, you know, I'll join and fight everyone to the death. Everyone kept telling me, no, don't fucking do that. This dude's ego's too high, and you seem like the kind of e-girl who has no ego at all. And I can agree with that. Very, very, very much so. But on the other end, I wanted this dude. I wanted to fight for this dude. Whether it ended up being a meme in the end, or we actually ended up being together because of me being very quick to grow feelings, I ended up swaying him. And we had a meme wedding on Ponytown with a bunch of his friends and no one that I knew. And then a couple more days later, it was like, hey, I have feelings for you. I don't know why. And he's like, cool, let's try this out. And I'm like, oh,
I
right.
thought it was the other way around. I thought you.
Well, it was kind of like you were like, hey, we could try this out. And then I was like, yeah, I have an idea. Let's date. 4 months strong, trying to make it to 6 to prove to this one salty asshole of a girl. Also, trying to go for the goal of a lifetime. It's great.
Cool.
You ask any of his friends on his server, you don't even have to ask, you can just see it, really. We're madly in love.
My side of the story.
Yeah, there you go.
March 2019.
Oh, you gotta bring the fucking dates in this shit.
I was really fucking horny. And the thing is, I've never been that horny since I was a teenager, going through puberty. And I was like,
Are you fucking kidding me?
I was like, holy shit, what happened? Why am I really fucking horny? And why do I really want to, like, post into YouTube comment sections of furry girls to be my girlfriend? It's really funny. I'm gonna do it. And I got some, like, Brazilian fursuiters to say, yes, I'll be your furry girlfriend. I'm like, oh, there we go. I bragged about it. It's up. It's like, hey, I could be your furry girlfriend too. I'm like, hell yeah. I'm like, this is fucking easy. This is so easy.
You were like flumping yourself around like big dick energy and all. You threw yourself out there, man.
Yeah, and you see, you know, like, I guess women are attracted to confidence or something. I don't know. Maybe. But then I got you, and I got Emery, who you had a bidding war against to be my girlfriend, which was really great.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to explain that.
Yeah, Emery said, I'll be your furry girlfriend for $44, and that's a deal. And then you said, no, I'll be your furry girlfriend for $50. And then I made you two have a bidding war. Until eventually, I was like, well, I don't have $50. Can you just be my girlfriend for a small payment of my love? You said yes. It was great. And then I convinced Emery that love is more valuable than $50 in the stock market. And she said that was funny and also said yes.
Damn it.
God damn, I'm so good at flirting.
Big dick.
Big dick energy.
Absolutely.
So then, once I actually fell in love with you, I was like, alright, time to get rid of these other ones. And then made like a meme that was like the 4 furry GFs of the apocalypse. Death, war, pestilence, and famine. And you were war because he said you would fight everyone else to keep me. So you were war. And then that one person who was like, I'll eat a popcorn bag that you stick your dick in, I put as famine. I was like, oh shit, one of my desires is to like cut a hole in the bottom of a popcorn bag and add the cedar and have someone eat from it. And he was like, I'll do that for you. I put it, famine for a go over to the apocalypse.
It was a mess. It was
hilarious. And you see, the thing is, if you use irony, you can push limits that you normally can't. So, for example, if you're uncomfortable with the idea of relationships, you can push it as a meme and then work it way to making it real because the idea is in their head, you see.
That's what we've been trying to tell Bread. Oh, yeah.
Well, Bread's got a girlfriend now.
I know, I saw. I was actually about to say that. Like, didn't you get an e-girlfriend? Look at him go.
Yeah, it's fucking great because I have fucking romance powers.
He was so, like, just closed in on himself and terrified of everything. I love him. He's great. That's our son.
Jinx, marry me. So yeah, you're my first girlfriend.
Yeah, first girlfriend and hopefully the fucking last.
Kill everyone else.
I want a divorce. Kills the next girl.
Just sneak in the bushes. I know I'm the right one for you. You just don't know it.
I do.
I realized that in some of my other previous podcasts, I might come off as like MGTOW. Do you think I came off as a little MGTOW?
I don't know. Honestly, a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit.
I talked about how, like, love isn't real, it's all chemical reactions or something.
But look at you now, swooning over me.
Well, you see, the whole universe is a chemical reaction, and that's pretty real, you know? So...
Yeah. So take your fucking word back.
Yeah, and you see, like, you have chemical imbalances, and those create, like, you know, depression and, like, other conditions and stuff. So chemicals are really important in the brain. So to say like, oh, it's just
Yeah.
chemical reactions is dumb. And also, I've developed a chemical dependency on you, so it keeps my brain running. So that's why I need you. I have more stuff like this in the podcast script. I'm sorry.
Fuck the script. Damn it.
So anyway, I wanted to correct something I talked about in episode 4. Was how like I have a disconnect between my sexuality and my personality, where it feels kind of like a hunger, right? Sexual desire feels like a hunger or like something that's like not part of my personality and what I would want.
Yeah.
But now that I have you, I finally understand what I was trying to say a bit better, because the way I see it is that the sexual stimulation and the physicality of sex is like less than like 50% of the pleasure of sex, right? The way I see it, it's like the emotions tied into it and the psychological implications of the sexual acts that derive the most pleasure. Because you can orgasm without thinking any sexual thoughts. You can masturbate and just like stare at the wall and think of nothing, right?
Yeah.
And then you can also do it thinking of sex. The physicality is the same, but the emotions are completely different, and then the enjoyment is completely different.
Yeah, that actually reminds me. One of my favorite porn stars, kind of embarrassing to talk about, but I'm just kind of rambling. Owen Gray, he is very focused on connections with the people he works with. He wants to get to know them a week before and really just talk to them, get a physical and mental connection with them, really just feel connected with them before he, fucks them and records it all.
You mean women watch porn?
Wow, what a
Wow.
shocker.
And you like know male porn actors by name?
Yeah, hell yeah.
God damn, I love you so much.
But oh, and he's very focused on making sure the women that he is having sex with feel comfortable in his touch, feel like they're loved and just happy to be there. And
That's a
it's
real
just
man.
yeah, he's great. He's literally my favorite actor because of that. He's not even an actor. He's just
He's a lover.
pure emotion.
He's a lover.
He's great. So that brings us back to here with us. We're very emotional based on when it comes to our sexual tendencies, I guess I'd like to call them. It's always I love you back and forth until we end up in this big
Feedback
old
loop.
mess of, hey, I want to fuck you.
It's a feedback loop, because
I-
like I'm like excited when you're excited, and you're excited when I'm excited, and it creates a feedback loop.
Yeah.
You see, it's like infinite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's great. It's fucking great.
Yeah. So that's why I think that you can disagree with me, audience, but like I think that like sex without love is meaningless and gross.
Yeah. I can agree with that because it just I don't know, it's blank. It's blank. Has no meaning. It's just touch, touch, touch.
Yeah, the physicality is important, of course, but the emotions are more important. And my science experiment of masturbating to staring at the wall and masturbating to staring at porn proves my hypothesis. I'd say that the disconnect I feel from my sexuality doesn't exist when I'm in love, right? Because that's connected to who I am, and that's the emotions that make the sexual experience better. There you go. I repressed my romantic side of me my entire life, and then you unlocked it, and I'm all about love.
Hell yeah. It's
Hell
like
yeah.
achievement unlocked.
What?
Epic gamer moment. You got a girlfriend. It's like a diamond achievement.
Alright, is there anything you want to cover about like dating before I go into my spiel?
Okay, so you know how I yell at Brett a lot, before he got his EGF?
Yeah.
I feel like since we got together and you've explained everything, throughout the server, why can't other people do this and have this kind of big dick energy, big ego kind of thing going?
Because I'm better than most people.
Shut up.
And it's true.
Yes,
It's true, but you shouldn't say it.
It's just kind of rude. I'm not that kind of person, damn it. I always yell at Brad to put his emotions out on the line. Be straightforward with what he wants. So, really, I just want people to put their emotions out on the line, tell people what they want, whether it be sex or just like straight up love. There's obviously going to be a match out there for you.
Yeah.
Because there's over 7 billion people in
7
the
billion
world,
people.
and yeah.
Yeah,
And-
I spent like most of my young life just like, I could get a girlfriend, but you see, I don't think they would like me once they really know me because I'm too special and unique. I'm just too special,
Becomes fucking snowflake trash.
No girl can
I'm
understand me.
joking.
I'm too different.
Baby, I love you.
I'm too different, you see. I'm just too
God,
special.
fucking all of my life I've been focused on getting someone, and you've been focused on your technology and your passion,
Yeah.
Now I'm focused on my passion and getting married
Hell yeah.
and having
Oh.
50 billion children.
Yeah, I just gotta say, I'd speak up on my younger self and how fucking pretentious he was. He was like, I don't want to date in school because I don't want to date literal children. I want to date a woman.
God damn.
Okay, so here's the first thing I want to say about dating is like, don't go to the bar to pick up chicks unless you were already inclined to go to the bar anyway, right?
Like, it's literally just don't go to the fucking bar unless you're horny.
What I'd say is like, if you want to meet people who are like you, go to places that you would naturally already go, right?
Yeah.
So like, if you are not the type of person to go to the bar because you're like always in the library or whatever, then you shouldn't go to the bar because that's not where you will meet someone who is like you. That you'll just meet someone who would go to the bar, which is not who you are.
That's how I came to be, was a birth night bar mishap.
So
yeah, so just go where you feel like you're gonna be comfortable, feel safe, and feel like you're around like-minded people, because it really helps a lot with sorting out people. Obviously, my sister, she jumps place to place. She does a lot of online dating stuff, so she'll be like on Tinder or Match, and then she'll find someone, meet up with them, and long story short, she almost got her toe sucked while watching fucking Game of Thrones.
hell yeah, why is that a bad thing?
Because she doesn't have a foot fetish, which leads us into our next segment.
I'm not done. So, oh yeah, about Tinder, right?
Yeah.
If you care more about looks and personality, then like that's where you would go to Tinder, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
If you're like a farmer, you would go to Farmers Only, right?
Yeah.
So if you're shallow, you go to Tinder because you're shallow and I don't like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'd say if you want to like meet people, you got to go to places where you would already naturally go. Don't go to like dating Discord servers because there's going to be like people
Horny
of
teenagers.
all acquaintances. But if you go to servers you already were going to and try to meet girls there, it's different because you already are similar to them. It's not like a complete random chance, Because if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's how I ended up in the
Neckbeard, yeah.
Neckbeard server.
Yeah, also, if you didn't know, I moderate a Neckbeard Discord server. Don't ask me how I did it or how I got into it. It's a long story.
A long story of proving yourself.
Also, I just want to talk about the Boomhauer method of dating, which is in the King of the Hill episode where Boomhauer tries to teach Bobby how to pick up chicks. He just goes to a shoe store and asks every single girl. And then he got 23 rejections before she got one number. And Bobby was like, that's your secret? You ask every single person? It's like, yeah, there's 7 billion people in the world, and look, I got a number. And what Boomhauer was trying to teach Bobby is that there's a lot of fucking fish in the sea. And if you put too much investment into, like, let's say your crush for like a year, then that's like an investment that you could have put in asking out like, 200 other girls waiting to ask out like that one, So I asked him out like really quickly just so you can know immediately and then move on to the next one. Because in my furry harem, I just went to every single furry Discord server I was in and asked every single thing. And you know what? I got 4 girls. I got a 5th one, but I broke up with her because she chose Minecraft over me. She said blocks over cocks. And I'm like, divorce. That's Queenie, by the way, on my server.
Oh my fucking god, she could suck my big toe. Which leads us into...
No! I'm not done. I have a lot to say. I would say that, if you want to... Finding a girlfriend is like finding a friend. If you want to understand women, you gotta understand people. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're just like really antisocial, you're just gonna meet a lot of fucking people. You gotta, really put yourself out there, learn social interaction just through trial and error and meeting a lot of people. Even if like you make friends with like a girl and she says no, and you're still friends with her, she can introduce you to all her friends.
Yeah.
So it's not.
I agree.
Yeah. So it's not.
That's how I've ended up with all 8 of my girlfriends.
Wow.
They all cheated on me. But we don't talk about that. We're in the future.
Yeah. That's
Me and
why.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice
So
hubby.
just meet a lot of people. Go to a lot of places that you would naturally go. Don't go to the bar or Tinder. And once you met a lot of people and just like say, hey, I'm single and looking, and don't be creepy about it, then like the people who know you and like you would come. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Boom.
Boom.
God damn.
If you are the type of person who doesn't go on the internet a lot and naturally goes to a lot of social outings and stuff, then you should do that. If you're not someone who goes outside the internet a lot, then you should try to go meet someone on the internet, because that's where you'll naturally find people who are like you, who are also always on the internet.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I always think it's interesting how like back in like the early 2000s, there's kind of like a stereotype that like teenage girls were obsessed with their phones. This is before smartphones, right? And like people, and like I think parents and stuff saw it as like, oh, they're obsessed with like material possessions, but the phone is just a connection to their social life and their friends, right? They're not obsessed
That's
with
how it still is.
Yeah, they're not obsessed with technology. They're obsessed with the technology being a vehicle to their social life,
Yeah.
They're not obsessed with their phones. They're obsessed with social life. And, like one time I was playing my phone and my grandfather said, your generation can't live without technology. And I said, no, Grandpa, your generation can't live without technology. And he unplugged his life support just to further prove my point, Alright, now we move on to the true crime section.
Alright.
I have a bias against like the true crime community because I knew this girl in my health class who's, a little bit edgy and a little bit more cool than all like, the rest of the people. So we were acquaintances, we talked bullshit, and she had this thing with Charles Manson and would shove it in my face. So I know all about Charles Manson, I just don't care. Please. I don't care. I've heard enough about Charles Manson from her. She wants to suck his dick. It's fine.
He was literally just some nasty hippie man who wanted to play his guitar in the jail yard.
Yeah.
But they kicked him out of jail because he was in there for too long and ended up creating a cult and accidentally killing an entire household and a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
So the summary of that story is please keep the dirty hippies in jail. Let them play their guitar. Let them be happy. Okay?
Anyway, this girl, she showed me a picture of a crime scene that the Manson family did. It was like, oh man, look at all this blood, look at all this gore, isn't this the worst thing you've ever seen? And I'm like, no, the worst thing I've ever seen was a video of like a guy getting stabbed in prison for 2 minutes straight, by like 4 guys surrounding him and stabbing him. That was the worst thing I've ever seen. And then she was like, no, this is worse. And she tried to like argue with me that this static picture was like worse and like more terrifying than the video I said I saw. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And we had to do a health presentation on specific health disorders. I did mine on sleep disorders. I talked about, insomnia and narcolepsy. That's why I have my presentation on. She did hers on psychopathy and just told the stories of 4 different serial killers. And then ended the presentation with, yeah, and that's why we should put more money into mental health. I'm like, you didn't do your assignment.
No, that's not how that works.
You didn't do your assignment.
That's the thing that kills me, is that everyone's like, oh, there's such a psychopath, or oh, there's such a sociopath, and it's, no. Like,
so you see why I have an issue with the true crime community, because this is the girl I knew. And
I'm a part of it, and I have that problem as well. It's fucking stupid.
She had a crush on a character from the TV show Criminal Minds.
Oh my.
She knows so much about this actor. She has a picture of this actor, not as an adult, as a kid, in her binder. And like, isn't he so cute? God. Like, okay. Like, okay, you like K-pop boys. Would you ever have a picture of them as a child?
No, that's fucking creepy.
That is creepy. Adults different, but as a child, that's weird. He's so cute. Yeah. I just want to molest him.
Please
She didn't
don't.
say that.
Like, keep your cooch away from the child, please. God damn.
Also, she had a Skype boyfriend who was like way older than her, and she it was before Discord. This because I was high school before Discord.
Oh
and she was on
Skype was the thing.
She was on her laptop talking to a Skype boyfriend. Like, hey, I'm talking to my boyfriend. He's so cool. He's older than me. He's not in school anymore. We're talking on Skype. And I'm like, you're gonna get murdered. So anyway, edgy teenage girls, romanticize in love with the killers. Don't do that. They're bad people. They will kill you. And
Like-
and like I read the Columbine kids' journals when I was a teen, and I was like, oh, this
Yeah.
is cool. But then I became an adult, and I'm like, oh wait,
They were just little edgy douchebags.
they were just edgy
who
douchebags.
wanted attention and
Yeah.
got said attention and really set our country up for doom.
Yeah, they're not special. They're just retards.
I love Eric and Dylan to death, but by God, they were just edgy assholes.
Edgy assholes.
That also reminds me, who the fuck was the kid? He shot up the church, the black church.
Oh yeah, Dylan.
He was like
Kloof, something.
Yeah, he was like the edgiest of all edgelords.
He wore like all black, and he would like pose in front of his car all black. It's like, hey, yeah. And also, it's kind of hard for me to like, cause I follow like true crime stories for the story, not necessarily because I like the killers, just because I like the story that happens.
I do as well, yeah.
Yeah, because in like war stories, it's soldiers versus soldiers, and like gangster stories, it's like gangster versus gangster. But serial killers, they just go after women and children.
Yeah.
Like the slasher who chases the person's stitch knife is always like a woman or a child. You never see a serial killer who wrestles a Navy SEAL or like goes after athletes. They never go after people who like are on the level, so it's like kind of like fair. No, they always go after like the people who are weaker than them and can't fight back.
Yeah.
So I can never cheer for like a serial killer protagonist. First story is gonna be about the murder of Cassie Jo Stoddart, who we'll just refer to as Cassie. Do you know who this is?
I think I do.
Oh, cool. She was 15 years old and killed by 2 high school classmates in 2006.
Mm-hmm.
They were both 16 years old. The names were Brian and Tori. You know this story.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Nice. So they only knew each other for about 6 weeks, but became quick friends. Brian idolized the Columbine shooters, and Tori was a big horror movie buff. And they recorded themselves, like, comparing themselves to famous serial killers, and they said, the Zodiac Killer and Ted Bundy were amateurs. So they wanted to be famous, they were huge into movies, so they actually filmed themselves stalking outside the houses of potential victims, talking about their plans to commit a murder. And they eventually decided on Cassie. And this wasn't a random girl, it was actually their friend, and Brian had a crush on her, but she dated someone else.
Uh-huh.
So they decided to kill her. And, in the video, he says, she's my friend, but she has to die. And what interests me about this is that they did record themselves, and there's a found footage element, because you can go on YouTube and find...
And easily look up a lot of their videos.
Yeah. Do you want me to link it to you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to edit the audio into this.
Yeah.
It's only a minute-long video.
There should be no law against killing people. I know it's a wrong thing, but hell, you restrict somebody from it, they're gonna want it more.
We found our victim, and sad as it may be, she's our friend. But you know what? We all have to make sacrifices. Our first victim is going to be Cassie Stoddart. She's going to be alone in a big, dark house out in the middle of nowhere. How perfect can you get? I mean, like, holy shit, dude.
I'm horny just thinking about it.
Hell yeah. Time is 9:50, September 22nd, 2006. We know there's lots of doors. There's lots of places to hide. I locked the back doors. It's all locked. Now we just gotta wait. I just killed Cassie. We just left her house. This is not a fucking joke.
I'm shaking.
I stabbed her in the throat, and I saw her lifeless body just disappear. Dude, I just killed Cassie. Oh, fuck. That felt like fucking real. I mean, it went by so fast.
Shut the fuck up, we gotta get our act straight.
Okay.
God damn.
So the reason why I chose the story first is because it's about true crime fans gone wrong.
Oh, God, yeah.
So
Fucking hell. They were... It's always a lot to take in with the story because it just shows you what lengths that, like, some people in different fandoms will go into to do something.
yeah,
It's fucking insane.
because they are friends with Cassie, they go to a house, as friends and watch a movie, and then they say, okay, we're gonna go leave, but they actually go to the basement and cut off the power to the house. And the reason why is because they're trying to reenact a scene from a slasher movie. So they had masks on and waited for Cassie to get into the basement to check the breaker box so they could kill her like in the movie. But she didn't. And then the power went back on. So then they went up and stabbed her and killed her. And,
Yeah.
and then they recorded that. The two were arrested immediately because, they're 16 and they're friends with Cassie. They were not legal adults, and children can't have life without parole. But so this case actually went to Supreme Court, and they said that they should get life without parole. So they actually changed. So this case actually changed the law, so that minors could get life without parole. And so because it was a big case on this, they were featured in a documentary. It's called Lost for Life, which is all about minors who are in prison for life. And they talked to Brian in prison and interviewed him, and Brian basically said, after it happened, I had horrific dreams. Bad dreams where she was there and dying. And I'd wake up and be terrified. But now, all my dreams are with her in school, and everything's good. She's always smiling. And I always know that it's a dream and that I killed her, and those dreams are the worst.
No.
Yeah, because he knows the life that he took away.
Yeah.
Sad stuff.
And it's good that he lives up to knowing that he did that horrible thing, and he feels guilty about it because, obviously he knew he was just an edgy teen trying to get somewhere into something, and he acted on it, and he realized what the fuck.
Yep. And he's still in prison today, because prison sentences last a long time. So don't go to prison, kids. Follow the law.
Please don't.
You're not cool by killing people. Killing is bad.
God, fucking, just be one of those weird kids in the back of class playing torture games and drawing weird fucking creepypasta fan art. Just keep it at that.
Keep it at that.
Don't be like these two fucking idiots or the fucking Slenderman stabbing dumbasses who stabbed that little 9-year-old. I think she was 9. Yeah, she was 9. Just keep being an edgelord. It's better for you to be cringy than to kill.
So
next story.
You probably know this one.
Just tell.
The Curious Case of Sharon Lopatka.
It sounds familiar, but
it's the first crime that had emails as the main evidence because it was in 1996.
Oh, wow.
So
no, I haven't heard of this one.
Oh, it's gonna be
but
your favorite.
My aunt studied it.
What?
My aunt studied it in her psych class.
So let's set the stage a bit. 1996, right? Windows 95 came out the previous year. Doom came out in 1993. Sharon was online in 1995, so she was probably using Windows 3.1 or something. Very early internet is what I'm saying. Windows 95 era. Most websites were just text and occasional image that took a very long time to load. She was married and had kids and decided to make additional money on the side by doing online advertising in 1995 and made websites for clients, that kind of thing. She also advertised her services as a medium using the name Velado Dionto to sell love potions and psychic readings.
Ooh.
Yeah. She started advertising pornographic content under the fake name Nancy Carlson and usually showed pornography of unconscious women, kind of like rape fantasy porn, and sold her undergarments with the advertisement saying, anyone interested in buying used panties? And went to websites like fetishfeet.com and sexbondage.com. This is early internet, that's what they were called.
Woof.
Her character Nancy was a dominatrix pornographic film actress who weighed 300 pounds. In reality, she was like 180. She has
God!
She has fetishes for feet, extreme weight gain, and large women crushing men.
A feederism queen in my eyes. Oh my God.
She offered to create custom 30-minute videos, which, porn videos for $100 any request. She posted on the forum about cannibalistic sex, saying she was looking for someone who would force feed her until she was double her size. And was claimed to be very serious, saying she would relocate with someone who was willing to feed her until she was 500 pounds. But the only fantasy that she really latched onto was the fantasy of being tortured and killed. But the thing is, this is not roleplay. She really wanted to, die in a scenario where she was tortured and killed. That was, her ultimate fantasy. And a sex worker, a hooker, contacted her because she could tell that she was serious and said, don't do this, And she said, quote, I really want this to happen to me. I want the real thing. I did not ask for you to preach to me. Go away. So, let's go into Robert Glass, who was a computer analyst on and used these same fetish sites. his wife found his stuff on his computer and described it as, raw and disturbing, and leaves him and takes the kids. So now he's divorced, home alone. He meets
Okay,
Sharon.
damn it, Karen.
Well, to be fair, he wanted to, he's going to murder her, so, spoiler. So I think she was fair and take the kids. So they meet Sharon, and they only talk together for 6 weeks over email. And Sharon says, I want to be tortured to death, and asks Robert to do it, and he agrees. And describes in detail how he will, abuse her and end her life. Months and a half, and then Sharon agrees to fly over on October 13th, 1996. She left, leaving a note for her husband saying to not find the person who tortured her to death, and said, if my body is never retrieved, don't worry, know that I am at peace. Husband calls the police. The police don't know how to use computers for, they just know that she's on the computer a long time, and they're like, alright, well, let's go sue. They eventually find her emails. 900 emails were exchanged over the course of 6 weeks of Robert Glass. They go to his house and find fresh soil in the yard and dig up a corpse. Now here's the interesting thing. Robert's defense is that it was an accident. He says, we did the kinky torture sex, but he didn't intend to kill her. That part was an accident. He would tend to, go far and then stop, but accidentally killed her, which is pretty plausible. And the medical examiner ruled it as an accidental death, looking at the corpse and the physical evidence. And the police were like, nope, we have emails. And like, what's an email? And they're like, look at the emails. It was premeditated homicide.
Yeah.
Yeah. And there was a debate, but eventually he pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter, which means intentionally performing dangerous actions knowing it could result in death. So, voluntary manslaughter is like higher up on the manslaughter list.
Yeah, which would be first-degree murder charges, if I'm correct.
It would have been, but he pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter, so he got I think it was like 26 months or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he got off. Would you say that was premeditated murder, or would you say that was accidental?
Premeditated.
Yep.
Because honestly, she was willing to fucking off herself to some guy to fucking get murdered,
Yeah. It's like, oh yeah, and then she came all the way over, like, yeah, we did the kinky sex, but I didn't mean to choke her, till she died. But but if the emails weren't found, because no one knew what emails were, she could have gotten away,
Yeah, he could have gotten away and done it again to someone who had these fantasies, if that was the case.
So that's why we move into fetishes now.
Yay!
So
hello,
Sharon reminds me of
next
you.
Segment.
Sharon kind of reminds me of you.
Yeah, I can agree on that fully.
For one thing, you call me master.
Oh. You just fucking straight into it. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's just start off with, holy fuck, Charles is vanilla compared to me.
Which is saying a lot.
Yeah.
Considering I made a video all about fetishes.
Yeah. So I guess I'll just list them down. I like feederism, as you heard when Charles was talking about her weight gaining fetish. That is feederism. I am quite into that because I am a chubby chaser. I love me a nice plump round girl or guy in this case. I like feet. Feet are nice, if they're nice, small, and dainty, and have a nice arch in them. That I like that. I fucking love that.
Can you explain the appeal of feederism?
I think the appeal to me is just, if a woman can eat, by golly, she can fucking eat. Honestly, it's more or less a comfort thing because, I've shown you one of my favorite YouTubers, besides you, Baptism on Fire. He has, on his Twitter feed, see that he has a fat fetish, a feederism fetish. It's really just about, I guess, a comfort aspect. The roundness and the plumpness. It's soft like a cloud, and it's very organic.
Yeah, I can agree.
Organic body shapes are just so
I like meat.
You'll see. Yeah, so Pippi, you've obviously seen Pippi many times. She is very, very thick cow gal, and she is a chubby gal. I like exaggerated figures. The feet thing, I don't know what the thing. Feet are cute if they're taken care of properly. Pissing, honestly, we're just diving on in. Being pissed on, I guess, degradation as a whole and humiliation. I don't know, it's just...
It's just dom sub with like embarrassment.
Yeah, it's...
I think everyone has like sub tendencies, so they can kind of understand that stuff, I feel like.
Yeah. Like, whether you're very, like, vanilla sub or not, like, you get it.
Yeah.
So, really, I don't have to explain the appeal of that, because you'll find out yourself if you get to that level. Just going down the list. Gore has been very prominent. More of like a bloodlust. Which brings me into my next one. Blood. Lots of blood. All the blood.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I've told Charles many times that I want to carry around a vial of his blood around my neck. And I will do that.
Hell yeah.
Blood, I guess, just another arousal. Very, very strong. So, I guess those are my BDSM.
Basic BDSM stuff, bondage.
Yeah.
You know, slave, master, pet, all that. Pet play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So it goes back to another comfort thing. Really just
being taken care of.
Having rules, having punishments, having rewards set in place. It gives you something to do, you know? It gives you... It's really a lifestyle. So knowing that...
Know that I'm a very lucky man.
Yeah. And I am a very lucky woman. I've gotten you pretty deep into a lot of this.
Hell yeah. And you're my pet. That's cool.
Yeah. So if you ever end up in Charles, my boy's server over here, don't freak out when you hear me call him master or see me text master and such. It's just me being me.
And for the record, she asked me to call her master. I didn't. She was like, can you call me master and let me be your pet? I'm like, oh, cool, yes. So, it wasn't me.
I was literally like, please let me call you master. And I was like, oh,
hell yeah.
Okay.
that basically covered it.
Yeah.
Those little things like ear penetration.
Mm-hmm.
Should we cut that out or no?
It's up to you.
Okay. Well, she wants me to fuck her brain through her ears.
Well, not necessarily. It's just... let's delve into the world of fiction. Hi, ear penetration is a thing. Basically, it's just when you think about it, you feel the sensations, and it's like, whoa.
Hell yeah.
What the fuck? So it's like just mental, the way that your brain can like put things together in such a way that it creates like the physical sensation of what you're looking at. It's like, whoa.
Hell yeah. That's why I'm so intelligent. I only take the biggest brain porn, you know? But it's all about the emotions, not the physicality.
Like your specific favorite video. Actually, it's more like our favorite video, but it's great.
Yeah. Big brain porn, you see.
Big brain porn.
Big brain porn. That's why people who like write and read porn rather than watch it, like, we're so much better. We have big brains.
Big brains.
It's all about the emotions, you know? We have the big brain porn.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Hard agree. I love you.
I love you too. Oh god, this is great. Oh, this was fun.
Hell yeah.
My brain's starting to slow down.
That's why I only do these for an hour, because after that my brain starts to...
It just turns into, like, word salads at that point.
Yeah, exactly.
Just pure mesh of God only knows what.
God only knows. God, I wish that was me.
Yeah, I guess this is the end of it. So...
We'll be doing more podcasts at some point.
Yeah.
With my other half right here.
So I'm actually going to be excited for future episodes because there's a lot to cover in this world. There's a lot to see. There's just a lot. So
make a furry harem.
Yeah, make a furry harem. Put your dick out there. You know, be a strong boy. Be strong. Murray Barkley Topa.
Murray Barkley Topa.
With my husband.
Charles Barkley Topa.
I guess you'll do the exit thing, because I don't know what the fuck to do.
See y'all on the astral plane. End recording.
Woo!
Isn't that fun?
So